Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live stream. We are watching the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League between Barcelona and Inter in the Camp Nou in Barcelona. A game that is taking place now after yesterday's game between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain, which saw Paris Saint-Germain win 1-0 in London. And tonight it is Barcelona who is the favorite, and they are playing at home. They will want to show what they can do against an Inter team that will be trying to, of course, keep their chances alive for the return game that will take place in Milan. And we are seeing the lineups of the team here. Most of the players are there except for Lewandowski for Barcelona, who got injured, and that will be, of course, a blow for Barcelona, their main striker being on the sidelines for this one. And as you can see here, it is the number 7 Ferran Torres who will take his place at the top of the Barcelona attack. And now we have a moment of memory for Pope Francis before we begin this game. And we can see here the lineups. Barcelona playing this usual formation here with a 3 offensive midfielder setup with Rafinha, Dani Olmo and Lamine Yamal. The players to watch, of course, being Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. And we will see if the Spanish teenager can bring something special like he often does in this game. He's being in a terrific form. And of course, last weekend, Barcelona won the Copa del Rey against Real Madrid 3-2. A first title here for Barcelona, who are possibly going to have an historic season here. They are one of the favorites of this Champions League, and they are still, possibly going to win this Champions League along with La Liga and the Copa del Rey. It will be a full season for them if they do that, and everything is possible for them. Inter, on the other hand, last week had a major setback in the Coppa Italia against Milan AC, losing 3-0 and getting eliminated in the semi-final. And today it is the Champions League, the most important tournament for all these teams, and we are ready for kickoff now. It is Inter with the ball, and Barcelona putting the pressure right away here on the Italian defense. And it's kicked away here by the Inter defense. And Barcelona, of course, the favorite in this game. Oh, but we have a through ball here. Let's see what happens here. Jules Koundé clears it. Let's see what happens here. It's still for Barcelona. Another cross here, and it's a goal right away. It is Marcus Thuram with an incredible goal, just as yesterday. A very, very early goal, 30 seconds in. Marcus Thuram with the back heel, scoring against all expectations in Barcelona. Now a nightmare start of the game here for Barca. Chesney cannot believe what he sees. What a classy move here from the French striker. Let's see that again. What a classy move. Lautaro Martinez crossed that ball. It was pushed away by Koundé. Martinez again crossed that ball. It was pushed away by Koundé. And here we see Marcus Thuram. Incredible move here. And against all odds, it is Inter leading 1-0 here. Barcelona caught by surprise here, and we'll have to see what their reaction will be. Still very, very early in this game, but not the start that Barcelona would have wanted. And just as it was the case yesterday, a very early goal, sort of killing the dynamic of the game. Now, with the away team scoring early on in the game, it is going to lock up the game because, of course, Barcelona is not going to want to overcommit now to come back to the scoreline, because if Inter scores another goal, it will be very, very difficult for them to come back. But they are at home. They are the favorite of this competition. And of course, they have the offensive weapons to be able to do some damage to this Inter team. And Hansi Flick here, as you can see on the sideline, this is not the start that he would have wanted for his team. Is Pedri with the ball. And we're going to see now Barcelona, a possession team against a Inter team that is a counter-attack team. It is the best scenario that you could hope for Inter, because of course now Barca is going to have to attack. The question will be, will they want to preserve their defense so that they don't concede another goal, which would be dramatic for them in regards to their chances of qualifying for the finals. And now, after this first minute goal against all expectation, it is Barca that is dominating the possession, as you would expect. Lamine Yamal with the ball. He crosses it in the box. It's cleared for a corner for the Inter defense. Corner kick to follow for Barca. It's Rafinha. It's not very well taken here. And Barca still with the ball.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's match.
It's Rafinha's on the ground now.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
A physical challenge here from DiMarco. Barcelona plays this ball. Still with the possession. Lamine Yamal on the flank. Yamal plays back. Cross to come here. And the Inter defense clearing that ball away. But Barca is putting the pressure early in this game, despite conceding very early on.
Number 3, William Saliba. Number 32, Hector Fort.
Barcelona still with the ball now. Koundé at the back. He's going to play with De Jong. Out to Yamal. Barca pushing forward. And all the Inter players are standing in front of their area. Everybody's defending. And it's going to be very difficult for Barca because Catenaccio is the strategy for Inter, as it is usually the case for Italian teams. Every single player is defending now. Even the forwards, Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram, they are right in front of the area, defending with the whole defense, and they're playing 5 at the back. It's going to be a fortress that Barca is going to have to defeat in order to come back in this game. This is Simone Inzaghi here telling his players, to keep the pressure on. Jules Koundé now with the ball out to Yamal. Cross from Yamal finds no one, and Inter defense gets the ball, and they lose it right away. And it's really the worst start of the game here for Barcelona. Caught off guard on what would seem like a harmless cross, but Marcus Thuram with a back heel flick beating Chesney and getting the ball into the goal. It's Lamine Yamal here on the side. He gets pushed. Referee says no foul. Inter defense going to clear that. Yamal stays on the ground. And what a goal from Thuram here. So a little bit of moment of downtime here for Inter to calm things down, as Barcelona was putting the pressure and bringing the danger on the Inter area. Now Inter get a chance to sort of calm down and collect themselves to try to maintain this advantage for as long as possible. And will it be like it was yesterday, where Paris Saint-Germain scored early on and that ended up being the only goal of the game? Both teams unwilling to commit the numbers to score because the stakes are so high. Conceding a goal is the worst thing you can do, and conceding a goal early is just a terrible way to start a game of such an importance. Chesney coming out here with a save, long ball. Oh, and it's another. Oh no, that was very close once again. Long shot here from Mkhitaryan. Almost deflected into the goal. That would have been an offside position here from Martinez. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Barcelona is going to react to that. They were down by 1 goal this weekend against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey, and they came, and now is a chance here. Oh, and it's wide here by Ferran Torres. A very, very good opportunity by the penalty spot. He was alone. Let's see that again. Lamine Yamal playing this ball. And Ferran Torres here just inches wide from scoring. He's going to be upset at this one. And perhaps Lewandowski will be missing for Barcelona. Would Lewandowski have missed that? I don't think so. Now Barcelona playing without their star striker, but we know that they're capable of creating a lot of opportunities for themselves. As I was saying, this weekend against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey, Barcelona scoring 3, being down 1 goal against Madrid after Tchouaméni gave a lead to Madrid 2-1. Barcelona coming back in the game and eventually winning with a last-minute goal in extra time by Jules Koundé, scoring a long-range effort. And now it's Yamal with the ball. It's going to be one of the duels to watch tonight. Lamine Yamal against Di Marco on this right flank here of the Barcelona attack. Rafinha here on the left side. He's going to have a chance to cross. Plays it. That finds no one but the Inter defense. It's Koundé now. The ball plays out to Yamal. Back to Koundé. Switching the ball on the other flank. Nice fall against Barella here. Let's see that again. B6 smacked. Someone in the face here. It's going to be a free kick now for Barca. Rafinha and Sommer clears that. Ball is back here for Barcelona. It's going to be Yamal. Plays it in the box. Cleared by the defense. And we're 15 minutes in now. And really against the run of play here. Inter scoring in the first 30 seconds of the game. And ever since then, the game has played around Inter's area. We haven't seen the ball really past the half-pitch line here. It's attack for Barcelona, defense for Inter. And will Inter be able to maintain this goal advantage throughout the game? It will be the question here. It's Olmo trying to find Rafinha. Ball is cleared by Inter's defense. It's going to be a throw-in. Yamal here. Still on the flank. He's got some space. What's he going to do? He plays back with Koundé. They're going to switch it to the other side here.
The attendance for this match was 71,000.
Barcelona trying to move the defensive block of Inter by switching the ball from flank to flank. It's Yamal now on the right flank. Plays it back in the middle with Frankie de Jong. He lobs this ball over the defense. It's cleared. He fell down, but the referee said no foul. It's going to be a throw-in here for Inter as Jules Koundé went out of bounds. The ball now back for Barcelona. And really, we haven't seen the ball even near the penalty box of Barcelona, except for that one time in the first 30 seconds of the game on a wishful cross from Lothar Martinez, who found Marcus Thuram for a incredible back heel goal, surprising Szczęsny. And now it's all defense for Inter. And Lamine Yamal trying to split the defenders here. And he's going to get a corner kick.
Substitution for United States. Number 20, Soboslai.
It's taken here. It's going to go out for another corner on the other side.
Number 4, Aquila.
Someone stays on the ground here. It's Bisek.
Substitution for United States. Number 14.
Ooh, and that was a good shot here from Ferran Torres, but it goes wide.
Number 18, Matadi.
Barcelona cannot afford to waste too many opportunities like this. It is twice already Ferran Torres shooting wide. He's going to have to shoot on target, because even though Barcelona can create a lot of opportunities, who knows how many they will get in this game against a very defensive team like Inter.
Substitution.
It's going to be a corner kick here for Inter now. One of the few moments in this first 20 minutes of the game that we're seeing the ball in play near the Barcelona penalty box. It's going to be Di Marco. Oh, and it's well taken, and oh my god, another goal, amazing goal from Dumfries. A bicycle kick, acrobatic finishing here for Dumfries. What is going on? Only 2 shots on goal here for Inter, and it's Inter leading 2-0 in Barcelona, with Dumfries scoring an insane goal. 2 amazing goals here from Inter. Let's see that again. The header, and Dumfries going for an acrobatic volley here. The ball goes over Rafinha and Szczęsny. Incredible. What a goal here for Dumfries.
Substitution for United States.
Have you seen that? Dumfries with the acrobatic finishing here. And it's 2-0 for Inter. A nightmare for Barcelona now. Is it over for Barcelona, or will they find the resources to come back in this game after 2 goals like this? Very, very unlikely scenario, very unlikely goals. Absolutely amazing finishing from both Marcus Thuram and Dumfries. And it's 2-0 for Inter, 20 minutes in this game. What a start of the game here for Inter. And Hansi Flick cannot believe what he sees. First goal of this Champions League from Dumfries. And what a goal. What a goal. Mais mec, il faut mettre l'argent là. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting traffic to be heavy after the final whistle today.
What a goal from Dumfries here. Unbelievable. Rafinha now with the ball. Switch his flank to Lamine Yamal. And it's going to be an easy catch here for Sommer. The dream scenario for Inter, leading 2-0 after 20 minutes at the Camp Nou. Ouais, je pense qu'ils vont marquer. Pour l'instant, il n'y a eu que 2 occasions en 20 minutes. L'Inter a été seulement pendant 30 secondes dans la surface du Barça et il marque une talonnade et un retourné en 30 secondes. C'est vraiment le coup de chance. C'est des buts qu'ils n'ont jamais marqués. Dumfries n'a jamais marqué de but dans cette Ligue des Champions et là, il met un retourné. Je pense que oui, le Barça devrait marquer. And it's Lamine Yamal right away coming back in the game with his signature curler here. What a game. 25 minutes in, 2-1 for Inter in Barcelona. Lamine Yamal bringing Barcelona back onto the scoreline with his signature move, cutting back on the inside and going with the finesse shot. Let's see that again. Yamal taking the ball from very far away, dribbles through, and with the finesse shot, classy move here for the Barcelona winger. Hit it off the post inside the goal. 2-1 for Inter. Barcelona's back in the game. Can they find what they need to get a victory here? Only 1 goal advantage now for Inter. Ah, c'est un match de dingue. And this is the start you want to see of a Champions League game. 3 goals in 25 minutes. Barcelona now on the offensive. Can they find what the resources that they need to come back to the scoreline and score maybe if they want to have their chances when they go to Milan? Then they're probably going to want to have a lead after this game. It's Lamine Yamal once again. He finds the crossbar here. What a move from the Barcelona winger. Let's see that again. Lamine Yamal. Exceptional play here. Hit the crossbar on the curler once again. And he is the main threat now for Barca. Unstoppable on his wing. So another warning here for Inter that they will have to do something against Yamal. They cannot leave him like this. And just as yesterday, we saw Timber having a lot of difficulties against Kvaratskhelia. Now today it is Di Marco having a lot of difficulties against Yamal. And Barcelona now with the possession. Long ball here for Rafinha. He manages to keep the ball in play. He's going to have some space here. Goes for the challenge, but he's stopped by Dumfries. Good start of the game here for Dumfries. It was an exceptional goal. And it's not something that you see a lot from the Dutch winger here. Let's see that again. Wow, what a move. He definitely committed to this one. A spectacular goal. We haven't seen many of them from Inter this season in the Champions League. Inter, a very defensive team. And they are one of the teams at this stage of the tournament, of the teams that are left, that have conceded the least amount of goals. They also are the team that have scored the least amount of goals, of course, playing a very defensive strategy, as it is often the case with the Italian teams. But today, they concede one against Barcelona, but they scored two against one of the favorites here of this tournament. But there is still at least 60 minutes to play here in the Camp Nou. Lamine Yamal on the wing again, cutting inside. He goes back to the middle with De Jong. De Jong. Olmo getting a shot here, but Sommer, the Inter keeper, calm and collected here to stop Olmo. Was not the best shot from the Spaniard. The ball here on Koundé is going to have Lamine Yamal on the flank. There is some space. He crosses the ball in. Sommer comes out with the clearance. And it was inches wide from a Barcelona player. But Rafinha and Ferran Torres unable to cut this ball. But Barcelona still has the ball. And as it has been the case so far in this game, it is Barcelona with the possession, putting the pressure on the Inter defense. But twice in this game already on a counterattack and once on a corner kick, Inter scoring against the run of play. And it shows that at this level, in this competition, there is no small teams left. Everybody is capable of greatness and exceptional moves, as it was the case here with Marcus Thuram and Denzel Dumfries. It's Barcelona now with the ball. Chip over the defense, but Sommer is there to collect this ball. And we see here the replay. Sommer getting in front of the Barcelona forwards, tipping this ball just enough to clear it. And as soon as Inter gets the possession, they lose it very, very quickly. They cannot get their feet on the ball. It is Barcelona dominating here the possession, but it is Inter leading at the scoreline. And Pedri now is going to find Rafinha here in the area, but Di Marco comes back and takes the ball away from him. Inter with some space now. But Barella could not get a hold of this ball. He had Lautaro Martinez, who was making a run, but not a lot of solutions here for the Italian midfielder. And possession is back with Barcelona. Now, Lamine Yamal, he has some space. He goes to challenge Di Marco, but he plays back with Pedri to De Jong. Rafinha, back to De Jong. And they go out to Yamal. Crossed in the area. No one was there to cut the trajectory. Ferran Torres just looking at this ball. And this is where you see that Barcelona is missing the man Lewandowski, injured in this game. And it's a couple of times now that Ferran Torres is not doing the job. But of course, it is not his natural position. He is not a striker by design. He is more of a winger. Not exactly the type of goal poacher that you would need for a game of this magnitude. Barcelona still with the ball. They play to Yamal. He's going to have some space here. He goes to challenge Di Marco once again in the area. He crosses the ball. Sommer tries to clear it. He releases the ball, but it's cleared by the Inter defense. Another warning here. Every time they find Lamine Yamal on the wing, it is the main danger here for Inter. And Rafinha here was all, again, inches wide from cutting the trajectory of this cross from Yamal. Martin plays with Pedri. And it's Koundé now. Back to Yamal. Koundé. What is he going to do? No, he plays back. Good ball circulation here from Barcelona. A cross from Yamal, but easy for Sommer, and he's going to give Inter a chance to go on the counter-attack. Barella plays far away here, but it's going to find no one other than Frankie de Jong, and Barcelona is back with the possession now. Inter needs to be able to collect this ball, to take the possession, and to play the clock here, because if they turn the ball over like this very, very quickly, eventually they will be conceding a goal. They need to stop Barcelona from putting that much pressure. And there is a chance here for them. Oh, and it's a bad move here by the defense. It's going to be Ferran Torres. He's got a chance, and he shoots, he misses. Oh, but massive shot here for Dani Olmo, but Sommer is here. Spectacular save here from Jan Sommer. It was a nice play here from Lamine Yamal, finding Dani Olmo at the edge of the box. A nice shot on target, but it was with his weak foot. He couldn't really get it the way he wanted. It's going to be a corner here for Barcelona. Rafinha takes it. It's cleared by the defense. Couldn't get over the first line of defense. Inter with the ball, with a chance, but it's blocked by Barcelona's defense. Koundé is taking the possession now. Olmo. The tempo has slowed down a little bit now after 35 minutes in this game. And Inter is letting Barcelona play. Oh, it's going to be a goal here. Ferran Torres. And it was a nice cross. And Rafinha playing the ball back in the middle. And Ferran Torres was there to cut it. It is 2-2 for Barcelona against Inter. And now it's going to be very difficult for Inter. Because after scoring 2 and leading like this, when you concede and you let the other team come back to the scoreline, you give them a huge psychological advantage. We've seen this again. It was Pedri crossing the ball to Rafinha, header in the danger zone, and Ferran Torres being quicker than the Inter defense, cutting this ball ahead of Sommer, who couldn't do anything. Point blank range shot from Ferran Torres here, and after a couple of misses, he finally manages to find the net. It's 2-2 for Barcelona against Inter at the Camp Nou. A very, very good game so far. Very good start of this semi-final of the Champions League here. 4 goals already in less than 40 minutes. And Inter now is going to have their work completely destroyed. A very good start of the game. An early goal from Marcus Thuram in the first 30 seconds of the game gave them an early lead. Then it was Dumfries with an acrobatic volley. And for a moment, it looked like it was a hit on the head for Barcelona. But eventually, they put the pressure on Inter's defense, and now it's 2-2, and now it's a different kind of game. Big pressure now from Barcelona, and Lamine Yamal getting the ball back from Inter's defense. They're putting the pressure now. They want to get that third goal before halftime. And Jules Koundé here staying on the ground. What is happening? We're seeing the replay here. Rafinha with a perfect through ball here on the header for Ferran Torres. And Acerbi late on the challenge here against Ferran Torres. But we're going to have to see what happens with Jules Koundé here. Is he going to be able to come back in the game, or is that it for him? We're seeing Eric Garcia warming up. I think that is it for Koundé. He has taken his shin guards out. I don't think he's going to be able to come back in this game. A lot of discussion here between Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo. And we're seeing again the goal from Yamal. Classy finish here with the finesse shot. In this game, I've seen a lot more action than yesterday's game. And we're seeing sort of the difference in offensive potential here from Barcelona than Arsenal yesterday, where they couldn't really find the means to come back in the game after conceding early on. But here, Barcelona, after conceding 2 early in this game, now they are back before halftime. And now it's going to be a good free kick here. And Eric Garcia here going to take the place of Jules Koundé. That is over for Jules Koundé in this game. The man who scored the goal that gave Barcelona the title in the Copa del Rey last weekend against Real Madrid is out of the game. And now Eric Garcia is taking his place. That's a blow for Barcelona. Not the kind of thing that you want to see before halftime in this game. Koundé, of course, a very important player, the right left back. Oh, and it was a shot here from Rafinha, cleared by the defense. It's going to be a corner kick here for Barcelona. Rafinha is going to take it. He plays with Yamal. Yamal tried to cross. It was blocked by a defender. Yamal against with the ball, with the spin. He plays it in the box. Oh, and he found the Inter defense going to be a chance here for the counter-attack. Lautaro Martinez, no, he prefers to play it back and get a few seconds on the ball here. Maybe that was an opportunity here for Inter. Lautaro Martinez, perhaps with the wrong tactical choice here. He should have gone and tried to push this counter-attack, try to get another goal maybe. They've been quite successful in this game, Inter, on the counter. What's happening here? Simone Inzaghi was pretty mad at Lautaro here. Barcelona here with the ball. Still trying to get the lead in this game now. Frankie de Jong, he plays far to Rafinha. He's going to manage to get the ball here. Barcelona keeping the possession. And they play wide to Yamal at the edge of the area. Two players. And what a footwork here by Lamine Yamal. The way he dribbles, the way he handles the ball is just spectacular. And Yamal once again. There's going to be a foul on Lamine Yamal here. Just a warning here for DeMarco. And 2 minutes of injury time added to this first half. And we're already 1 minute in. 1 minute here before the halftime break. And we're seeing only two shots on target for Inter, 2 goals. We really haven't seen much of Inter in this first half, but they are on par at the scoreline here is going to be it for the first half here. The players are going back to the changing rooms. And Barcelona, Inter tied 2-2 here at halftime after a nightmare start for Barcelona. Inter scoring very early on with Marcus Thuram with a backheel flick on a cross from Lautaro Martinez, surprising everyone and the keeper, and scoring in the first 30 seconds of the game. It was a nightmare start, and then it was all Barcelona putting the pressure on the Inter defense, but unable to score until somewhere around the 20-minute mark, a corner for Inter, and then a header, and Denzel Dumfries scoring an acrobatic volley, totally unexpectedly, giving the lead 2-0 for Inter. And from then on, Barcelona managing to find the resources to react. 3 minutes later, it was Lamine Yamal scoring with a curler, cutting back on the inside before eventually Ferran Torres scoring at close range after a header, a cutback header from Rafinha. And it's 2-2 here in the Camp Nou between Barcelona and Inter. A spectacular start of this game, this semi-final of the Champions League. Really something we didn't expect here from Inter, but they can be mad at themselves, I guess, because once you lead 2-0 in a semi-final of the Champions League, you don't want to concede 2 goals within the same half. And I'm sure Simone Inzaghi is not going to be happy with his players here, letting Barcelona come back to the scoreline after such a good start of the game. But of course, how difficult must it be to be able to stop Barcelona and players such as Lamine Yamal and Rafinha? And it's going to be a tough second half here for Inter, because you know that Barcelona is going to want to go to Milan with an advantage on the scoreline. They're not going to want to leave it 2-2 to go to Italy. And now they're going to put the pressure on Inter tremendously in this second half. And we have a few minutes here before we resume the second half. And I'm going to get this game going here in eFootball. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this Champions League. Or if you are a soccer fan, if you like eFootball, if you play eFootball, we make videos pretty much every day on eFootball. And of course, we stream the games, the live football games like this. And we will be streaming next week, of course, with the return games of the Champions League. It will be also Arsenal playing in Paris after losing 1-0 in London, a return game that is going to be very, very difficult for the British team playing in Paris. And we know the quality of Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, the favorites of this Champions League for the final being Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona. And Paris Saint-Germain beating Arsenal 1-0 in London. They will have to do something in Paris, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty difficult task. And we're seeing here the replays. The back heel from Marcus Thuram. What a goal. What a goal. Early, 30 seconds in, and then Dumfries with an incredible finish. Look at that. Acrobatic volley over the head of Pedri. And then it was all Barcelona with Lamine Yamal, their main offensive weapon here, coming in, dribbling two players, getting the finesse shot off the post in the goal, surprising everyone. And it's the flash of genius that he brings to this game every so often. And then the second goal came from a cross here to Rafinha with the header in the danger zone. Ferran Torres scoring this goal. Very, very nice goals here today. And like yesterday, where we had one goal early and then nothing, tonight it is not the same with Inter and Barcelona. Fantastic goals from Inter and massive pressure from Barcelona on the Inter defense to come back in this game. And for a moment we thought maybe Inter was going to obliterate this Barcelona team, because they were catching them on the counter-attack like this twice. But of course that was discounting the main Barcelona weapons, these offensive wingers that have been playing very, very well, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. And despite missing their main striker, Lewandowski, being out for an injury, Ferran Torres still managing to get one goal. He missed a couple of opportunities early in the game, and we thought maybe, he was going to be mad at himself for that, and I'm sure he still will, but ultimately that didn't penalize his team too much, because now they're back in this game before the second half. But a couple of opportunities missed by Ferran Torres. Of course, that is not his best position, even though he can play as a backup, as a substitute for Lewandowski, the main striker. It is a difficult thing for Barcelona to lose their star striker for this Champions League game. We'll see when he will be back, if he will be back this season. I'm not sure, but Ferran Torres here getting at least one goal, and Lamine Yamal, of course, being exceptional. He has been exceptional in this game. He was already exceptional in the Copa del Rey, and throughout this season he's been really incredible. And you have to remember, this guy, this kid, he's been playing now for a while, and it's almost like we forget how young this guy is. He's like at 18 years old or something. He's been playing already now as a starter for almost 2 seasons, since he was 16. And we've never seen really that. Last time we saw a player, a teenager like this, a starter for Barcelona, was with Lionel Messi. And now we're seeing someone who could be maybe a generational talent, Lamine Yamal. And if you've been watching this game, if you've seen his performance so far, this is a semi-final of the Champions League. You have to remember that this is not a league game against Las Palmas or Getafe. This is Inter Milan on the highest level of European football, of world football, quite frankly. And you have a kid who's 18 years old, who's just giving a football lesson to one of the strongest defense of the Calcio, the Italian league. Inter, of course, still in the run for the Italian championship title. But when they're facing someone like Lamine Yamal, it seems like there is nothing that they can do to stop him. And Di Marco had tremendous difficulty here to be able to stop Lamine Yamal. And we see once again the replay here from Marcus Thuram with the back heel. And Lamine Yamal with the inside shot. And his control of the ball, the way he dribbles, is just so spectacular. What's going on here? Thierry Henry with a paper on his head. just stunned like Barcelona or Inter's defense. And we're a few minutes away now from this game restarting. But what a start of this semi-final here. And even though Inter might be mad that they conceded twice and they let Barcelona come back in this game, I'm sure if someone would have asked them, would you like to be on par with Barcelona at halftime before the game, they would have taken it. But considering the way they were leading this game very early on, I'm sure that their coach Simone Inzaghi will be mad. But overall, not necessarily a bad result. Not many are the teams that can brag of tying Inter after 45 minutes of football at the Camp Nou.
And we come to you now with a quick
And we will see if
report for our World
there are some
Champions.
changes or not at the half. But I would assume that for Barcelona, they won't be. It seemed that they were, except for this couple of mistakes early in the game, they were really in charge of this game. And Koundé being out now, Barcelona having already used one of their substitutions, they're probably gonna want to wait later in the game before they make another one. Let's see a little bit what they have on the bench here. And Inter with they have quite some depth here in this bench. Good players: Fratesi, Darmian, Arnautovic, Zielinski, De Vrij, and Pavard out of this game as Lewandowski. But I don't think we'll see much changes here for Inter, because if you're the Inter coach, if you're Simone Inzaghi, you probably don't want to unsettle your team by making some changes, considering that they have done pretty well so far in this half. Let's have a look here at the players' rating for this first half. And so far the highest rating here for Dumfries, and his acrobatic volley is exceptional goal. And Lamine Yamal is 7 also. The only players above 7 so far, Marcus Thuram with a 6.9, and Ferran Torres also with a 6.9. But Dumfries really scoring a spectacular goal. The players are now making their way back in this game. We're going to see a substitution actually for Barcelona. I didn't think they were necessarily going to do it, but they are. It's Araujo who's going to make his way.
The goal scorer for Barcelona after 65 minutes is number 9, Harry Kane.
So it's going to be Eric Garcia? No, Gerard Martin, who's going to come out, and Ahoho is going to come in. So it's going to be a tactical change here for Barcelona. My guess is that they don't want to concede again, and we're seeing also a change for Inter. Taremi is going to go in, and it's going to be Lautaro Martinez. He seems to be bothered a little bit. Perhaps he caught an injury, and now 2 changes here as this second half is about to start. Ahoho for Gerard Martin and Taremi for Lautaro Martinez. And here it is, kickoff of the second half. Barcelona with the ball. And will we see a similar half of football here as it was at the end of the first half, with Barcelona maintaining the possession, putting the pressure on Inter? Or are we going to see a different Inter team? Perhaps they will realize that they need to also produce some offensive game and remain dangerous if they want to stop Barcelona from putting the pressure so much on their defense, because it hasn't really played out very well for them. They scored against the run of play, leading 2-0, and eventually, by leaving the possession to Barcelona, it is not something you want to do against a team that plays possession very well like Barcelona, a team with such technical players as Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. And if you do it, well, you get punished, and that's exactly what happened. But now it's going to be a free kick here for Inter in a dangerous position. Can they do, once again, what they've done twice in this game? And it's chipped over the defense, and Chesney is going to be there to collect this ball. And Barcelona now with the ball. Frankie de Jong playing to Lamine Yamal. We're seeing ball circulation sort of similar to what we saw in the first half. Is this going to be attack defense for Barcelona? But it's probably not something that Inter dislikes. They would probably be more comfortable playing a catenaccio type of strategy on the counter, especially knowing that you're playing in Camp Nou. You probably don't want to handle the ball too much to, do a mistake and give an easy chance to Barca. Make them work to try to create their goal opportunities and hope you can catch them on the counter. But at the same time, you need to find the balance. You don't want to concede the ball too much, because eventually you get punished. And now Lamine Yamal here, he has some space, he plays in the middle, he's got the ball, he's going to find Rafinha, who couldn't control the ball here at the edge of the area. Once again, the danger coming from Lamine Yamal.
Substitution for United States. Number 14, Mikel Oyarzabal. Number 19, Fofana. Coming on the field, number 18, Mategi. Number 18, Lusa.
There's going to be a chance here for Inter to get their foot on the ball. The pressure from Barcelona, pressing all the way to the keeper. And Bastoni now with some room to run. A chance for a counter here for Inter. Nice through ball here for Bisek. He's going to find the cross. It goes through everyone. Oh, it's DiMarco with the volley over the goal. Major chance here for DiMarco. And we haven't seen much attacks, counter-attacks from Inter, but every single time they were very dangerous, attacking in numbers. And here Di Marco, he's going to be mad at himself. He caught it with his weak foot, of course, but an opportunity like this, you have to at least put it on target. Barella here, cleared by the Barcelona defense. Are we going to see a different Inter team that are going to commit more to attacking now? And this game has been reset after the 2 goals from Barcelona here. It seems that the intentions from Inter are different. Perhaps a halftime talk from Simone Inzaghi telling his players, you have to attack, you have to press them more. If you don't, you're going to lose this game. You have to remain dangerous. You cannot afford to let them set up their attack like this. And now Inter on the ball. Lamine Yamal, he's got some space. He's going to try to challenge Bastoni. His pass is blocked. It's going to be a throw-in for Inter. And Chesney here coming out of his line to clear this ball. Barcelona with the ball now. Barcelona playing back to Chesney. Rafinha now. We're seeing a very compact block, defensive block from Inter. Barcelona trying to move them from side to side, hoping to catch them making a mistake. But it is a defense that is very, very well managed from Inter. They're not leaving any space to any of the Barcelona forwards. And we see a cross here. It seems to be the only way that Barcelona can really find some space in this defense is by using Lamine Yamal to go to the challenge, dribble, and then create panic in the defense. But other than that, when the Barcelona make runs off the ball, then it seems Inter is always there, man marking their players, and there's never an opportunity for them to actually get the ball. We're seeing now Inter pressing higher up the pitch, pressing Barcelona all the way to their penalty area, something that they did not do in the first half. And perhaps this is the reason why they conceded twice after leading in this game, not putting enough pressure on the Barcelona defense and letting them play, letting them set up their attack. And that was a mistake. And now we're seeing a different a different defensive strategy from Inter. Now they're pressing higher, but of course it's going to create space behind. And now we're seeing Lamine Yamal here going on the side. It's going to be a shot by Pedri, goes wide. But it's going to make this game more open. If they press higher, this is going to leave some room. And it's Di Marco now. He's going to come out. What is happening with him? Did he catch an injury or something? It's going to be Carlos Augusto here. In for Di Marco. It's going to be a position for a position here. Change, not a tactical change here. A wing back for a wing back. And there's going to be some space here for Dumfries. It is Chesney coming out of his line to clear this ball. Dumfries with an incredible goal early in the first half. A spectacular acrobatic volley to give Inter a 2-0 lead over Barcelona, but Barcelona later in the first half coming back into this game. It's going to be Augusto now at the edge of the area, just playing it back with Bastoni. Strong pressure here from Barcelona, preventing Inter to play. It's going to be an offside. The ball is back to Barcelona. Simone Inzaghi yelling like a madman. He knows that his team is in a dangerous situation now. They were leading 2-0 and now it's 2-2. And Barcelona has been running this game. Some space here. Lamine Yamal on the side. He plays inside with Olmo. Back to Lamine Yamal. He's got some space. He tries to get a shot here, but that wasn't good enough. Easy to collect the ball here for Sommer. I think maybe he hesitated between shooting and crossing this ball in the middle of the box. Now it's build-up play here for Inter with Sommer playing with his defense. They're going to make Barcelona a run to be able to get a chance to run the possession here, but Barcelona gets the ball very, very quickly. It is a difficult balance here for Simone Inzaghi. What do you do when you're facing a team like Barcelona that is so good with the possession? And it seems that the Inter defense may be a little bit worried. Perhaps they lack a little bit of confidence now that they've seen Barcelona come back from a 2-goal deficit with almost such an ease. And now they're probably feeling the pressure, knowing that very, very quickly it could be that the tide turn, and once this Barcelona team, if they manage to score, then it's going to be a very, very different situation for Inter. And remember, there is still one match of football left to play after this game in Milan. So a 2-2 result here for Inter in Barcelona would be a very good result. And inversely, it's not a good result for Barca. They need a goal before going to Milan. Otherwise, they're going to have a very, very hard time over there, because they will need to score and win the game over there in order to qualify for the final of the Champions League. And we're seeing Barcelona here with the ball, playing in the defense. Strong pressure from Inter, but Barcelona defeats their pressing. And now it's going to be a chance with some space. Lamine Yamal on the side. He's going to go to the challenge. He plays back with Pedri. Pedri back to Yamal. He finds a through ball here. Dani Olmo, but it goes too far, and Sommer is there to clear the ball. Barcelona back with the possession. Sommer with the ball. He's gonna send it upwards. And Marcus Thuram here stays on the ground of this challenge. Referee says he was just playing the ball. Let's see the replay here. Kubarsi jumping in the air over Marcus Thuram. Talk about commitment on the challenge here. And we see Lilian Thuram in the stands watching his son open the score here with the back heel early in the first half. In the first 30 seconds of the game, he must have been happy with a very, very classy move, classy finish from Marcus Thuram. Barcelona still with the possession. Ferran Torres here. He loses the possession. It's going to be a chance for Inter to go on the counter. Marcus Thuram here. He's going to find the ball to Dumfries. He has an open player here, but the cross from Dumfries did not manage to find his forward. Ahoho here. Just in, and with the sliding tackle at the last moment, he manages to get this ball away from Taremi. Very important intervention here from the Barcelona defender, preventing Inter from deploying their counterattack. It's going to be a corner here for Inter, Çalhanoğlu, and we've seen early in the second half the previous corner that they did, that's where the goal came for Dumfries. Can Inter do it again? Çalhanoğlu. And the referee now is going to give a talking to Dani Olmo.
After 44 minutes is number 14,
In Barcelona, they have to be careful. Of course, I'm sure they are stressed here because that's how the opportunity came. Oh, and it's a goal once again. Dumfries with the header on the corner kick. They could not stop him. Incredible performance here for Denzel Dumfries. He is going to get the man of the match if this how it ends. If this is how the scoreline ends, Denzel Dumfries getting a second goal here in this game. Second goal. Let's see that again with the header. And it was Dani Olmo, of course, who was late to this challenge. And Dumfries jumping over everybody and getting the goal. And you can see why Barcelona was stressed and why Dani Olmo got a lecture from the referee. He didn't want to let Dumfries off the marking. and the referee talked to him, probably told him, hey, if you stop him from moving, I'm going to give a penalty. And then Dani Olmo not has strong on the marking on Dumfries, and he left him just enough space for Dumfries to be able to get a header. And that is consequential here. Inter scoring 3, Barcelona 2 at the 65th minute here. And once again, against the run of play, it is Inter on the lead here at the Camp Nou. What a spectacular game, and what a performance by Dumfries. Rafinha here with the shot. Oh my God, what a goal from Rafinha. This game is going absolutely insane. We're seeing one of the most spectacular game of this Champions League. Don't be disappointed by that. Look at this. Rafinha on the corner kick. Lamine Yamal lets the ball go. Rafinha 25 meters out. A power shot. Let's see that again. Rafinha here with the dummy. Rafinha with the massive shot here. Hitting the crossbar, hitting Sommer in the head. The ball goes still in the net. What a goal, what a game. It's 3-3 for Barcelona against Inter at the Camp Nou. This is not over. This is just the beginning. We still have some ways to go. 25 minutes of football here left to play. And what a game. And Fermin Lopez now is going to come in. Spectacular goal from Rafinha. Barcelona with the ball now.
The goal scorer for United States after 51 minutes is number 11, Hernandez.
So it must be very frustrating for Inter, leading in this game time after time, and every single time they do, Barcelona is there to come back to the scoreline. They must be wondering, what the hell do I have to do to be able to get a win here? It's Dani Olmo out. Fermin Lopez is going to take his place. Dani Olmo, of course, he's going to be mad at himself. He's the one who left Denzel Dumfries, conceded the goal on this corner kick. He's coming out with his head down. Not a good performance here for Olmo, and Fermin Lopez comes in. Fermin Lopez, a little bit more defensive of a player than Dani Olmo. And perhaps they know that they have to do something to stop Dumfries. It's not working for Dani Olmo here. He is outmatched by Denzel Dumfries' physical ability here, especially on the set pieces. Twice already, Denzel Dumfries was able to get a goal on a corner kick. And now Dani Olmo taken out of the game. A good choice, I guess, by Hansi Flick, the Barcelona coach. Dani Olmo having a bad game. Just take him out. No need for him to have a terrible night. It's enough for him. Barcelona still with the ball. Can they get a win here? And if you're joining us now, a reminder, this is the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. Barcelona against Inter in Barcelona at the Camp Nou, 3-3. Inter opened the score early in the game, in the first 30 seconds, with Marcus Thuram with a backheel flick. And then it was Denzel Dumfries with a spectacular acrobatic volley, making it 2-0 for Inter before Barcelona came back in the game with Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres making it 2-2 at the half. And now we're a few minutes in this second half, and Dumfries scored again, and Rafinha with a banger, making it 3-3. A game of high intensity, unlike yesterday, Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain, where the tension made it very, very difficult for the teams to actually commit to scoring goals. Here, we're seeing the exact opposite. They are giving everything, and they're not letting the pressure get to them. Yellow card here for Kubarsi. It's going to be Fratesi here coming in for Çalhanoğlu. A little bit more defensive choice here in the midfield. So we're seeing sort of similar strategies here between Barcelona and Inter. Dani Olmo coming out for Fermin Lopez, a more defensive player. Now we're seeing Fratesi in for Çalhanoğlu, a more defensive player. It seems the coaches they want to make sure that they don't concede again. And is this going to affect their chances on the offensive? Perhaps, but perhaps not, because the main offensive weapons remain on the pitch, both for Inter and for Barcelona. Now it is Marcus Thuram here with a chance. He's going to have to be able to take a shot. No, it's blocked here by Kubarsi. Not the best choice here from Marcus Thuram. He probably should have taken the chance early on when he had some room. He waited a little bit too much, and he let Kubarsi be able to come back and, just with the sliding tackle, be able to block the trajectory of the shot. He should have taken the chance earlier when he was clear of the defender. Now it's Inter with the ball. Strong pressure from Barcelona. They're playing all the way back to Sommer. And Barcelona getting the ball back. Once again, Marcus Thuram, he has some room. What is he going to do? I think it was an offside, but it won't matter because Marcus Thuram loses the possession. It goes on the other side. Rafinha is going to cross the ball. Here, cleared by the defense. Rafinha again with the ball. This game is going very, very fast now. Unlike in the first half, where it was just attack defense with Barcelona attacking and Inter defending, we're seeing a different side for Inter now. They're committing more numbers on the counter. And it's a cross here, but it's going to find no one. They're committing more numbers on the counter attack, unlike in the first half, where Inter seemed very, very worried to go on the offensive, and they wanted to make sure that they had the numbers back to defend. We're seeing here this goal once again from Rafinha. Beautiful shot here off the crossbar, hits Sommer in the head and still goes inside the goal. This shot came so fast. And it was right in the middle of the goal, but it came so fast that Sommer couldn't do anything to block it. Beautiful shot here from Rafinha. Barca with the ball here. Fermin is going to find Rafinha here on the side. He plays it back in the middle. It's collected by the Inter defense. They're going to have a chance here for a counter-attack, but Araujo is there to clear this ball.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Inter with the ball. Dumfries now with a cross. It's a good one. It's going to be a chance, and it's another goal here. It's going to be an offside. It is an offside here. Mkhitaryan almost thought that he had it here. Let's see that again. Ooh, that was very, very close here. Hard to tell. It was a good cross here for Dumfries once again. And now, are we going to have a VAR check here? Simone Inzaghi seems pretty confident. It seems that there was one player offside, but perhaps it wasn't Mkhitaryan. Perhaps it was Taremi. We'll see what the referee says here. Check over. It is going to be an offside. And it's still 3-3 here at the Camp Nou between Inter and Barca. But now Inter is actually attacking a lot more than they did in the first half. Dumfries once again here. He's going to have a chance. He plays it back. And it's going to be way over here. Dumfries is being exceptional in this game. Perhaps there was a offside here. Barcelona now with the ball. Rafinha on the wing. He has some space. Plays it back in the middle. They're going to find Lamine Yamal here. He's going to go to the challenge at the edge of the area. Dribble 1-2 is going to be a foul. A very, very dangerous free kick to come here for Barcelona. Lamine Yamal, they cannot stop him every time he has the ball. And we're going to see offside by the toe.
Please take this opportunity
from Mkhitaryan here. It's really, you know, like half of an inch offside with his toe. That was very, very, very close here for Barcelona. Inter almost getting the goal. And now we're back on the other side of the pitch. Is going to be a very dangerous free kick here for Barcelona. We got Rafinha behind the ball. Can he do it again after this absolute banger that he just scored a few minutes ago? Can he find the net once again here on this free kick? At the edge of the box, very, very well placed, perfectly for a lefty. Then he goes here and Sommer gets it. He did not go over the wall. He tried on the keeper's side, but Sommer was there. Not the best attempt here. It lacked power, it lacked placement. It was a little bit of a wasted opportunity here for Rafinha. There was perhaps better to do. Barcelona still with the ball, 78th minute, still 12 minutes of regular time to play. There's going to be some injury time. Can Barcelona get one and go to Milan with a lead? Or will that result be good enough for them, knowing that they conceded twice early on and that they were trailing by 2? Now it's going to be Inter, but they lose the possession. A chance perhaps for Barcelona. Now, oh my God, Marseille turn from Lamine Yamal. He's totally unstoppable. Through ball here. Dumfries is going to have some space, but Chesney here coming to cut this ball. Let's see that again. Lamine Yamal here, dribbling one. Marseille turn on Marcus Thuram, dribbling two. What a classy move here from the Barcelona teenager. They cannot stop him. What a phenomenon. Now we're going to have another substitution here. Two substitutions. It is going to be Dumfries. He seems to be struggling to walk here after so much effort for Darmian. And then it's going to be Marcus Thuram going out for Zielinski. So Inter is now giving up on trying to score. They're going to stay with only one forward. Marcus Thuram coming out, Zielinski coming in. He's a midfielder. They want to keep the scoreline as it is. They're going to remain only with Taremi playing up top. And Darmian is going to be a more defensive choice than Dumfries. So a clear tactical change here for Simone Inzaghi. He wants to keep the scoreline as it is. 3-3 for Inter in the Camp Nou. It is a good result because the next leg of this final of the Champions League is going to be played in Milan. And if they go there with a draw from the Camp Nou, then not only they maintain all their chances for the next leg of this game, but it will be a slight advantage for them knowing that they will be playing at home and that Barcelona will have to win the game in Milan in order to qualify for the final. A few minutes left in this game, about 10 minutes now left in this game for Barcelona to try to get a final goal, to get a goal advantage in this first leg. And we're going to see a couple of changes here for Barcelona. Probably will be on the next play. Barcelona with the ball here. And we're going to see that change now. So we're going to see Kubrasi out, Christensen replacing him in the defense. And Pedri is going to come out, replaced by Gavi. It is position for position changes here for Barcelona. No tactical change here for Hansi Flick. He still wants to maintain this offensive pressure. He wants to get another goal. He wants to get something in this first leg of the Champions League semi-final here. A 3-3 result is not good enough for him. He knows what's at stake, and he knows that this is a bad position for his team to be before the second leg that will be played in Milan. But all things considered, considering the start of the game for Barcelona, conceding 2 goals in the first 20 minutes of this game, then it is not all that bad. And when we know the capability, offensive capability of Barcelona, we know they have the means to go to Milan and win a game there. Still a little less than 10 minutes now left to play. Rafinha here on the wing plays it back. Barcelona is going to have a few more chances perhaps to try to get a goal tonight and get a win here at home. Lamine Yamal here with the ball. They're going to switch it to the other flank. They're trying to move this Inter defensive block to try to force them to make a mistake, a positioning mistake here. But Inter is playing very well. Cross here in, but it's clear by the defense. Is not sure here. Some contact on the header with Eric Garcia. Let's see that again. Oh yeah, it was Augusto here. He stays on the ground. And of course, that is good for Inter. They run down the clock, just a few minutes left. Now about 5 minutes left of regular time. And Inter now with the possession, playing build-up with Sommer. And it's cleared by Barcelona's defense. Bisek with the ball. But Barcelona gets the possession back. Will there be another opportunity now for Barcelona? We're seeing Inter fully committed to the defense here, playing 5 at the back, 4 midfielders, only 1 forward. And still, he is also defending, Taremi. Everybody's defending now for Inter. They want to preserve the scoreline. Scoring 3 at the Camp Nou, tying Barcelona. It is a good result. All things considered, not many teams can brag of doing that in the Champions League. Augusto is going to have some space here. He's going to run down the flank, perhaps trying to lose as much time as he can. But Barcelona gets the ball back here. Just a few minutes left for Barcelona, and now it's a ball through here, and what a ball! What a weird thing here. Lamine Yamal sort of flicking this ball, surprising everywhere. It goes over the defense, but it gets cleared. Lamine Yamal here, back again. A final chance maybe for him. Finds Fermin. Eric Garcia is going to play with Yamal. Are we going to see a shot here? No, he prefers to play it. And they're trying to find Lamine Yamal to make the difference. And he's going to take a shot here. It's cleared by the defense. Blocked by a defender. They're going to switch it to the other side now. And this is looking more like what the game looked in the first half. A cross here from Barcelona, cleared by the defense. Barcelona committing now all their numbers to the offensive. Just a few minutes left in this game for them to get something. Oh, and it's going to be a cross here. A good one. And the defense of Inter being able to put the foot there and prevent this cross from connecting. There's going to be another chance here. Lamine Yamal here with the ball outside of his foot, trying to find someone in the box. It's cleared by the defense. Couple of minutes left here in this game.
Substitution for United States. Number 9, Fermin. Number 32.
Frankie de Jong over the defense, trying to find Rafinha. But Bisek is there. It's clear by Darmian.
Number 30, Frimpong.
And we're seeing this flick from Lamine Yamal, and he hit the crossbar. Very, very unusual. He just flicked it. It seems that it was going to go out of bounds, but it hit the crossbar, surprising everyone, including Sommer. Not sure if this was intentional or not. If he tried to shoot it or cross it and missed his cross, and still it ended up in the danger zone here. But it would have been quite an unusual goal for Lamine Yamal here. But every time he touches the ball, every time he is on the offensive, he brings the absolute panic in the Inter defense, and he's been throughout this game the main offensive weapon. And so they give the ball to him again. He crosses the ball. It's cleared by the defense. It's going to come back with Lamine Yamal here. And they find him again. They know that he is the one who can make the difference. They know he's the one by who the goal might very well come through. And here he is once again. Rafinha now. He's going to shoot it from long range. What an effort here from Rafinha again. This time Sommer cleared the ball. Second time that Rafinha is taking some chances from far away. The rising shot here, it was once again on target for Rafinha, a little bit in the middle of the goal, but just under the crossbar. It probably would have gotten in unless Sommer was there. And Sommer this time around, not that like last time, able to deflect this ball over the crossbar. Is going to be a corner kick here for Barcelona. Header here in the box, second header. A little bit of confusion, but it's cleared by the defense. One last chance maybe here for Barcelona. 3 minutes of injury time. We're 1 minute 30 in. Only 1 minute and 30 seconds left here in this semi-final of the Champions League. And Rafinha once again here with a spectacular shot. And we're seeing this flick here from Lamine Yamal, almost scoring a goal. And we were expecting them tonight. They have delivered. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, very, very good performances here. And 1 minute left in this game.
Number 20, Soboslai. Number 14, Mikel Oyarzabal. Number 19.
Is there going to be another opportunity here for Barcelona? Simone Inzaghi is probably wanting to hear the referee final whistle here. And it's going to be Lamine Yamal here on the side, perhaps with a final chance. Lamine Yamal, he dribbles 1-2, but he could not go all the way. Here it's cleared by Sommer.
Birthday boy, a very special birthday.
And this is going to be it. Final whistle here at the Camp Nou. It is Barcelona 3, Inter 3. A spectacular game tonight. Lots of goals, incredible performance here from both teams. Inter really against all expectation, against the run of play, getting a very good result in Barcelona at the Camp Nou here. 3 goals for Inter, 3 goals for Barcelona. Early in this game, it was what seemed to be the nightmare start for Barcelona. Inter scoring in the first minute of this game, 30 seconds in, with Marcus Thuram with a backheel flick on a cross from Lautaro Martinez. And 30 seconds in, Marcus Thuram extinguished the Camp Nou, and it seemed right then that this was going to be a bad night for Barcelona. And then it was Barcelona on the offensive, really taking the game into their own hands with the possession, putting the pressure on the Inter defense until the 21st minute, where a corner kick that seems not that dangerous altogether, but it was without thinking of Denzel Dumfries coming in with an acrobatic kick, an acrobatic finish, a spectacular volley over Pedri, getting a 2 lead for Inter. And then it seemed that that was going to be a nightmare night for Barcelona. And everybody was wondering, will they be able to come down from a 2-goal deficit? And of course, it came very, very quickly then. Just 3 minutes later, it was Lamine Yamal with his typical signature curler cutting on the inside, dribbling 2 players, going in with the finesse shot, hitting the ball off the post, making it 2-1. And then it was all Barcelona, with Ferran Torres scoring from short range after a cross from Pedri to Rafinha, a header from the winger back in the middle in the danger zone, and Ferran Torres was there to cut it faster than all the defenders, and it was 2-2 at the half. And then it looked like a different game, and it seemed for a moment that Inter was going to lose it. After leading 2-0, they let Barcelona come back in the game, and then everybody wondered what is going to happen. Will Barcelona just steamroll them in the second half? And for a moment, it looked like it was going to be that way. And Barcelona was on the offensive, but we saw a different face of Inter in the second half coming out of the changing rooms. Different instruction, perhaps by Simone Inzaghi, telling his team, you got to put more pressure on their defense. You cannot let them lay their attack like this. You have to go and press them in their own half to stop them from deploying their game. And Inter did just that. And it was a very different second half than it was in the first half, where Barcelona was just attacking and Inter was defending. In the second half, we saw Inter coming out of their own half and attacking as well. And then it was Dumfries once again on a corner kick. Inter being very, very dangerous on the set pieces, and Dumfries being so dominant in the air in this area, dominating with physical ability. On the marking from Dani Olmo, who got a lecture from the referee just before the corner kick, telling him, you cannot stop this guy from moving like this. If you do, I'm going to give him a penalty kick. And Dani Olmo a little bit lax on the marking on Dumfries, and that was enough for Dumfries to get ahead of him and jump over the defense and get a header, making it 3-2 for Inter. And then once again, it seemed like, what is happening into this game? So spectacular of a game. And then 1 minute later, no less, it was Rafinha on a corner kick with a dummy from Lamine Yamal, letting the ball through his leg, letting Rafinha hit a absolute banger from like 30 yards away off the crossbar, hitting Sommer in the head, getting the ball in the goal. Absolutely spectacular goal from Rafinha. What a game tonight, 3-3 for Barcelona against Inter. This is what you want to see from a Champions League game, and it leaves everybody speculating now what is going to happen in the second leg that will be played in Milan. All the chances are left open for Barcelona. I guess they can still get a win at Inter, but Inter doing very, very well tonight. Many would have expected them to crumble under the pressure at the Camp Nou, and that after tonight it was going to be over for their chances in this Champions League, but that is not the case. A good result here for Inter. Simone Inzaghi and his men can come back to Milan with some regrets, perhaps because they were leading 2-0 early in this game. But overall, if someone would have told them yesterday that you can get a draw in Barcelona, I'm sure they would have signed up for it, no problem. And it remains now pretty open for the return game that will be played next week in Milan. And we will for sure be streaming it, because what an exciting game tonight. And yesterday, if you were with us, it was Arsenal playing PSG. PSG winning 1-0 in London. And next week we will have the return games. It will be Arsenal playing in Paris, trying to come back from their goal deficit. One goal deficit, of course. It is not a done deal for Arsenal. They can still get a win in PSG, but it's going to be very difficult for them, knowing the quality that we've seen from Paris this season, especially since the beginning of the year. They've been absolutely stellar, and the team is working very, very well. It is only, great teams that are left now in this Champions League. The best teams really performing this season. PSG already champion of the French league. Barcelona in the lead in the Spanish league. Inter still in the run for the title in the Italian league. And Arsenal, even though now they cannot win the title, they are in contention for the second spot in the English league. This is the best of European football that we're seeing this season in the Champions League. And what a spectacular game tonight. What a spectacular semi-final of the Champions League. And thank you all for joining us tonight. What a game. I hope you enjoyed it. And, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. And we will be streaming next week the return games. So if you want to follow with us, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Next week, same time, Tuesday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, we will be following the return games of this Champions League. But as it is for tonight, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game. And I will see you all next week for the return games of the Champions League. Good night.
Hit me with that like, and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell. Click that bit, alright. The algo recommends. For sure you gon' like. The algo knows you well. Hit me with that like, subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the